John T for the Boxing Voice. I'm down at Peacock Gym and I'm always really happy when I'm with Denzel Bentley, the British middleweight champion. How are you, Denzel?
I'm good, thanks. How you been?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Always smiling you are. You forgot the belt though, didn't you? I told you to bring the belt down for me to see.
I had a mare. I was in my house. I knew. I said the box is there. I'm bringing the belt today. Obviously, I had to meet Chris. Chris gone downstairs. I'm going, oh, Chris downstairs. I picked up my training bag and left the belt. I didn't realise I was in the motorway, so I apologise. That's my fault.
No worries. We'll get it next time. You're still going to be holding on to it, hopefully for you, I'm sure, anyway. Which brings me on to, there was a big announcement this week, which was fantastic. I like to think it's a vote of confidence for you from Frank Warren, because he won the purse bids there against Felix Cash. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm happy he won the purse bids, like you said. You know, I've always said in every interview, shouts out to Frank for that. Like he said, it shows the confidence he has in me to, bid, win the bid and, get the fight on our show. It shows that, he wants to push me a bit more. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy it's on our show. It makes me more comfortable knowing that I ain't got to go to there I ain't got to travel to them to fight the challenger. I'm the champion. Come over to my house to fight me, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
I did read, this will make you smile, I'm sure I read somewhere on the British Boxing Board of Control when they said that the purse bids were going to be done, and I'd like to add for the record, it was me that told you first.
Yeah,
I was just about to interview you and you were like, I don't know what you're on about. It says you're going to get a 60% split of the purse.
Yeah? Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, I knew that would make you smile. Excellent stuff. Right, well, do we actually think the fight will happen? The only reason I asked that, Denzel, I know that you're going to tell me you definitely want the fight, and from your side and Martin's side it will happen, and Frank. One or two people think that they might not go down that route and go a different route?
Yeah, like I said, I'm always vocal about fights I want, that. I say, if someone asks me a question, I let you know, yes, I'm not talking about, we'll see this way and see that way. But since the purse bids, from before the purse bids were won, and since the purse bids have been won, I haven't heard anything from their side. I haven't heard anything that says, yeah, we're looking forward to the British, or we want to fight Denzel, or anything amongst that. They're probably looking for a different route at this present time. I'm not saying that, they're ducking or they're scared to fight. It's just that they've got the opportunity to fight for the European, which is probably an easier fight. You've got a 41-year-old champion. They're probably going to look at it as, that's the easier fight, and they're both on that side of things because, Eddie's got matchroom Italy and stuff, so they're probably going to go that way. And I think I heard an interview with Tony Sims saying if they win the purse bids, you'll probably make the fight, but if we win it, they probably go the European route. So I'm hoping they do take it. I'm still in my mind. I have it in my mind that they are going to take it, so I'm training like they are. But until I hear otherwise, then.
Why do you think they would do that? Because if that's what's been said, and you quoted it, I hadn't heard that. If they're saying that if they won it, they'd take the fight, but if they didn't, they would. Why would they not fight? It's the same fighter they're fighting.
Yeah, exactly. But they want things on their terms. Like I came from the small horse shows and dinner shows and stuff, so I've got that mentality where it's like I ain't been babied on or looked after on BT Sports my whole career, so I'd go anywhere to fight. Like I've taken last minute fights, as everyone knows, and that's what I do. I'm in the gym to fight. So if they'd have won it, I'd been over there like, okay, it's what it is, let's go and fight. But with them, there's no consequence for them if they don't fight, because he's my mandatory, I'm not his, so he's not losing his belt. He gets to fight for a bigger belt in the European, or that's closer to world level. Where I'm guessing obviously he'd probably want to be a world champion, so he'd go the European route, and it probably makes more sense for them. So this is a harder fight for, not to downplay the British, but like a lesser achievement, because it goes British, then European, you know what I mean? So he's probably just going to go for the easier one, especially where he still gets to keep his date, because he's already got a date, and it just suits him. So it's just what's convenient. I don't think anyone's scared to fight anyone, it's just what's convenient.
Have you been given any indication by anyone, whether it's Martin, whether it's Frank, that might say, look, this is the deadline, when they'll say, yes, we'll take it, or not?
No, I just know from the board. The board said when they announced the purse bids that it's got to take place by the end of June. So, it could be whenever before they decide whether they want to take it or not. All it is, getting the contract sorted and all that stuff. But like you said, whatever they bid, they know where they're getting paid. So it's just, it's just whether they what route they want to take, what route they prefer.
Okay, moving on, and I hope that fight happens, Denzel, if I'm honest, as do all the fans and the journalists, because that is a fantastic domestic bout, again, where you're both undefeated for Commonwealth and British. There was another fight that was mandated this week at the same weight, which was Liam Williams against Demetrius Andrade, and I think that's going to take place in America. What are your thoughts on that, and who do you think will win?
I think that's a good fight. I think I'm going to edge towards Andrade, because he's the undefeated world champion. It only makes sense to side with him, but at the same time, the fight's a lot closer than I thought it would have been the first time round. When it first got announced, I thought, Andrade wins easy. But you know, as time's gone on, the more I assess it and look at both fighters, there's no real reason for me to believe that it's a walkover for Andrade, because you look at both their records, like who are both their best wins, and if it is Atlanta's Fox, Williams dealt with him better. But like you say, styles make fights, and when you get in there, it'll be a completely different style. Maybe Andrade has improved since then. You know, a bit more serious. Maybe any reason, who knows? But if you're trying to compare the records and compare things, it's like I don't think, you know, Andrade's beat anyone that Williams probably couldn't beat. If that makes sense. But just judging on achievements and the eye test, looking at who I think the better boxer is, I'm going to side with Andrade.
You think Andrade will win that?
Yeah.
So should he or whoever come through that fight, I guess they would be the WBO world champion, obviously, because that's the belt on the line. The winner of Felix Cash and Denzel Bentley, that feels like that could be a fight. Certainly if it was Liam Williams, because it would be another British dust-up.
Yeah, 100%. And it, like, you know, I come at the Felix Cash fight in you know, good health and don't take, you know, no injuries or nothing. Could really no injuries or nothing. That fight there, why not? You know, when he was British champion, I was telling everyone I would fight him. It's the same rules apply. If he's got a world title and he needs a defence, I'm ranked with the WBO. I'm number 10 with the WBO. I'm guessing after my next fight, I'll go up again in the ranking. So I'll be high up the ranking. So it wouldn't be a fight that's too out of touch. Like, it makes sense. I'm sure the WBO will sanction it. And you know, if there's nowhere to go, if they can't unify or get any other big fights, I'm sure Frank wouldn't mind putting that on. Especially the way I'm moving. I'm moving quite well. You know, had a big win last time out. Another big win puts me right in there and makes the fight more realistic than me just saying I want to fight him and everyone's thinking what have you done. Do you know what I mean?
Well, hats off to you, mate, because one thing you have got to give you credit for is you're taking the big fights that are 50-50 and you want them clearly, and you believe in yourself, so that's great. Just before I let you go, sad news last week that Daniel leaving the Peacock Gym. I know he's a good stablemate and friend of yours. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? He probably wanted to change. He probably wanted to start fresh, to make himself feel like, all right, let's have another go at this. Maybe if he came back to the gym, he might have felt like, you know, he's still in that position where the loss is still in his mind, but maybe a fresh start will help him, you know, revamp his mind and be like, let's start again. And obviously, he hadn't been back to the gym since, so, you know, before that fight, he was the man. And listen, he still is a future world champion, in my opinion, but he probably just felt like, you know, he didn't want to face the music, you know, come back down and feel like he's let everyone down. But that wasn't the case, you know. We're a team, we support each other through wins and losses, so it just is what it is. I think he probably just needed, you know, he probably felt like he needed that change to kind of refresh his mindset and be like, let's have another go at this and start fresh, if that makes sense.
Excellent. And I'm sure you wish him well, like everyone else does anyway.
Yeah.
And hopefully Daniel will make his comeback soon. Well, look, as always, Denzel, it's a pleasure. Thanks for taking time out. We will be back in touch and down here as your fight gets announced and get you when you're in camp. Cheers, mate.
So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.